Let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. We're live this morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Frank, how we doing? Good morning here in the E2T crew. Here to see what Monday has to do. Sometimes people look at Mondays as negative things, but you know what? For a trader, Monday morning is let's go, let's get it. Monday mornings is let's go, let's get it. We gonna hear on Monday. We gonna see what we can get out of this. See, Ward, somebody beat you. Let's go, let's get it. It's Monday morning. Come on in, come on in. We're live. Gonna check out the market, see what's going on in the pre-market, see what's popping, see if anything's popping, and see if we can pop with it. I would suggest that sometimes we come into the market with a bias, like you have a thought of where something might go. You know, you think you're bullish or bearish on a certain stock or whatever. But I would caution you to basically do your, looking, do your charting, do your checking out to see what's what, but then trade what you see. Yep, then trade what you see. So even though you may have a lean or a tilt, chunk, you might have a plan of what you think might happen. I also want you to be ready to trade what you see. All right. Even though you might have a little bit of an idea of what you think is going to go on, trade what you see. Always. That's you'll hear me. I need to get me a shirt or a coffee mug. Trade what you see. That's what you do. You trade what you see. Trade what you see, because it might not be what happens. All right. You need to stay flexible. Have a plan, but stay flexible. Stay flexible, pliable. Okay. I'm gonna get popping because I got some stuff I got to do today. As Cat Williams would say, we got stuff to do today. I got stuff to do today. So we're gonna move on because we got stuff to do today. All right. I'll do a quick look at where SPX is right now. And when I say SPX is right now, it's SPX 500. We get to look at SPX 500 in the pre-market. We can look at this on TradingView. You can't really look at it on too many other platforms, but on TradingView, you can use SPX 500 and you can see the pre-market movement. I think it links right into ES. Of course, you can always just look over at ES. Hey, Tanya. Hey, My Day Littlefield. And hey, Janae. You can look over at the ES and watch the movement. I do tell you on my little thing, I think the gap between the two is like 22 right now. But even if you watch the movement of ES, which is the S&P futures, if you watch the movement, that will give you some idea of what direction the market is going in the morning. So you can use that as your guide as well if you're looking on Thinkorswim or looking on some other platform. All right, this is where we are at this point. S&P is at 5638 right now. I want to say we closed, where did we close on Friday? 5680 something. Yeah, I think we closed at 5680, like 86 or something like that on Friday. I feel like we were up near 5,700. Yeah, 5686. And now we're at 5630 something. So we've definitely, and I say we, like I'm out there, right? We have fallen off since then. We're about 50 points lower than SPX is about 50 points lower than it was on Friday. All right, then we closed on Friday. It has fallen off since then. All right. Hey, Mama Net. Let's move on to what we see. The VIX is up a little bit, which the VIX being up about $2 from last night, because yesterday on our live at 5 on Sunday evenings. And if you don't come back, want to hit your notification bell, hit your subscribe, hit all the things so that you make sure you don't miss that. But I'm here every Sunday evening at 5. And we were looking at the VIX yesterday and it was at 22. And now it's at 24. So we're up about 2 points from last night at 5. All right. So VIX being up many times means the market is down. They are inversely related. All right. So there's a little bit of that. Buffett is stepping aside at Berkshire. Here's what he thinks will happen next. Right? He outlined years ago what it would take to be the next CEO at Berkshire Hathaway. They've got this guy, Abel or Adel or something like that is his name. Sorry, dude, if I'm getting his name wrong, please don't come for me in the comments, but I'm just saying. Trump trade deals are coming. No plans to talk to Xi. Strategists. Here's what worries people on Wall Street about earnings. Netflix leads the media stock tumble as Trump threatens 100% tariff. Lord have mercy. Trump vows to slap 100% tariff on foreign-made movies. The Fed's dilemma as Trump pushes the rate cuts. U.S. stock futures slip after winning streak with Fed in focus. Yeah. Oh, Berkshire Hathaway shares fall as Buffett steps aside. That's always. But y'all know he ain't gonna be like gone. He's just gonna be not the main dude. You think he's gonna just walk away like? And he also said year end, so it's not like he's going anywhere. It's May. So people get, oh my goodness. Anyway, he's still gonna be around. People, you want to use something to any type of excuse to make a move. The CNBC Dow futures are down 253 points. S&P futures down 45. NASDAQ futures down 203. Oil is red. 10-year bonds are red. Dow futures fall 250 points. S&P set to end a 9-day winning streak. Warren Buffett in the news here, still all the news, to remain Berkshire Hathaway chairman and Greg Abel to become CEO at the year end. The board votes. Abel is a successor to Warren Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway. Here's how he got there. Berkshire Hathaway operating earnings dropped more than expected as Buffett warns of tariff uncertainty. All right. Square strikes $900 million deal for more control of Howard Hughes. Oh, Pershing Square. All righty. CNBC's official global soccer team valuations. Inside GM's decade-long battle to revive Cadillac as the quintessential American luxury car brand. Cadillac is, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep on moving. Keep on moving. Don't stop. Yes. Okay, Monday. Final services PMI is today at 9:45. 10 o'clock, we've got ISM Services PMI. That's a red folder. Tentative loan officer survey is coming. So the only thing we have is well, I'll say only. There's never only a only. But at 10 o'clock, we've got the ISM Services PMI is coming. On the investing.com, 9:45, we got PMI. I just mentioned that. It's over here on investing.com, the 9:45 is showing as a 3-star, which is high volatility. Over on the other one, it showed as a yellow, which was no volatility. So, do with it as you see fit. 10 o'clock, the ISM non-manufacturing PMI is also 3 stars. So both of them are showing as 3 stars. 3-month and 6-month bill auctions are at 11:30. And 1 o'clock is the 3-year note auction, has 2 stars, which is moderate volatility. So I'm thinking 9:45 and 10 o'clock, which is normally when there's volatility anyway. There's going to be some stuff, some data will drop this morning in that same window of time when there's already volatility happening. Okay. I always say this, and I will say it again. When you get into the Monday morning from 9:30 to 10 o'clock, there's a whole lot happening in the market in that window of time, because people who have spent the weekend studying their charts, doing this thing, finding what they think is going to make the biggest move, they're putting in orders over the weekend. And those orders all hit the CBOE. They all hit the options people at the same time at 9:30 on Monday morning. All those orders hit at the same time, and the system processes them in whatever order they came. Your order will be processed in the order in which it was received. Okay, it's doing that. So from 9:30 until whenever it finishes processing all these orders, there's all kind of stuff happening, lots of volatility going on. So just know that you don't have to jump in the fray. Let's give it a minute. Let stuff settle down. All right. Good morning, Selena. Let stuff settle down. And then you do a good little look to see what you want to do. You don't got to jump in to the water. This is not the story in the Bible where the water is troubled and you need to jump in so you can get your healing. No, this is not that. This is not that. This is you wait till things settle down a bit. Then you decide what direction is the market going. And when you see a direction, you ride the wave. You ride the wave. No reason to get into that tumultuous water and drown. Ride the wave. All right. Adam says, after 9 green days and 98 points from Thursday evening's failed breakdown, long in SPX, some cool off finally. I posted Friday the loss of 56.76 would start a dip to 56.50, and that happened last evening. The plan today, 56.50, must reclaim to see a rally to 56.62 and 56.76 plus. If 56.28 fails, then we see 56.14 and 55.98. Okay, we're currently at 56.42 right now. The gap between ES and SPX is about 22 points. So if you're looking at Adam's tweets, if you're looking at his tweets or you get his newsletter, just know the difference between SPX and ES is about 22 points. So when you get his stuff, you can subtract 22 points. That's going to give you SPX numbers. I changed this over to the right for XSP, where I was giving credit spread and put credit, call credit spread and put credit spread numbers. I changed that to say the XSP range could potentially be from 559 to 568. That could be the range. How you trade that range, totally up to you, right? I was putting credit spreads over there. So not that that was a problem. I'm just saying, I think there could be more use out of the range. 559 to 568 potential range on XSP. All right. Everybody cool with that? Cool with that? Cool with that. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what last week looked like. Now, my list does good most weeks. Last week, we had 6 trades on our list. We only had call credit spreads on our list, and things were going fine until, right? People came out and said they was going to have a discussion about tariffs with China. And then, we ready to talk about it. Ooh, baby. And once they decided to talk about it, the prices went, yep, there they went. And so some of our trades over the course of the week got breached. But we traded several of these things in our community, and we were able to get profitable before they started to climb up. If you stayed in them all week, you would have gotten breached. But we traded IWM, IBM, and Home Depot profitably. I think our Home Depot at the end of the week ended up having a problem because we waited. We waited too long on them. But the other ones, we also traded something else. Like we traded Microsoft and AbbVie. We traded successfully. We had a few more things than this on this list. Anyway, this list for the week went 33%. Wah, wah, wah. We weren't too crazy about that. But some of the things that were on here, we actually traded IBM profitably, and we traded IWM profitably because we got out before the end of the week. We took our money and ran. We don't have to hold on to the last few minutes trying to get the last few pennies. No, we don't. No, we don't. All right. So we do. Oh, I want to go here first before I went to the new list. I looked at my results. Now, last week I had a losing week in my 0 DTE strategy. I had a losing week. Okay, so I looked at that, and sometimes I do want to be real transparent here. Sometimes when you're doing stuff, you can look in too close, and you're like, I had 2 days in a row that I lost, and you can kind of try not to get discouraged when you look and see what. But I had a losing a couple days of loss. Wasn't even every day; it was 2 days, but they were big enough to be, to feel, I felt them. All right, even though I was only giving the market back their money, didn't mean I didn't feel it. But then when I went on Saturday morning and did the whole look at the month, this right here brought tears to my eyes. And if you get my emails, you saw my email where I talked about this. It brought tears to my eyes because for the month of April, 8,600 for the month of April for doing just my SPX. I've done other things, so I've made other money, but if I focus just on what SPX paid me for the month, yes, 8,600. Come on. Yes, this is a superseding of that professorship job. Yes, supersede the professorship opportunity. Yes, but it brought tears to my eyes. This is one of the best months I've had as a trader, and it just was encouragement. And I want to continue to encourage you all too, to continue to stick with it. Don't give up. Yes, we're gonna take a few hits. We're gonna suffer a few losses because this losses are part of the game. Okay, this is part of what we do. You're gonna have some losses, but I want you to stick with it. All right, stay with it. Money is currency. It will flow back to you. All right, it will flow back. All righty. I won't stay on that. I preached on that last night. If you miss my video from yesterday, you go back and watch it, where I talked a lot more about when you're out front, you're going to take some hits and you're going to get some bumps and bruises, but you ain't going to take this by easy. You're going to take it by force. There are oppositional forces to your wealth, and you need to know that, and just know you need to keep fighting for it, because it's not going to come easy. This is our list for the week. For this, we got a lot more numbers, a lot more stocks on it. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. AbbVie, Gold, JP Morgan, Microsoft, Triple Q, and Walmart are on the put credit spread side. And we've got Adobe, Caterpillar, Google, IWM, Lowe's, Microsoft, and Triple Q, and I think that's SPY, are on the call credit spread side. Microsoft and Triple Q are on both lists because according to the 50-period moving average, they are in the neutral zone as far as a trend. And really, I say they're neutral because they're going from bearish to bullish. They've turned around after that massive drop. They've taken a few weeks to turn back, and now they're in neutral territory. But you can trade either side that you see for the week. If you see it's more bullish for the week, you can trade it that way. You see more bearish, you can trade it that way. You can trade them both. Maybe do you an iron condor, because we love some iron condors over here. So look at either one. All right, this is some trade ideas for the week, not investment advice, because I don't give investment advice. I'm not an investment advisor, but these are some things you can look at. This is what we're going to look at in my community, the option seller zone, which is what we do all the time. We do credit spreads as our primary trading strategy. It's not the only one. We also do cash secure puts and covered calls. That's what we do over there as well. All right. All right. Go over and grab you a free resource. The 3 things you need to check before you trade. You can get this over at my E2T-freebies. You can get it for free. That's why it's on the freebies page. Yeah, you can go get 3 things to check before you trade. It's a free download. Go ahead and grab that. 3 things to check before you trade. And I would suggest that you look at these 3 things before you trade, so you can make sure that you at least are getting on the right side of things, or in some cases deciding you're not going to trade, because not trading is trading. All right. Sometimes you decide I'm not going to trade because we shouldn't yet. We should just wait and see. Let's go back and look at our chart. Look at some charts before we move forward with the rest of the slide to the left. Oh, I want to hit earnings. Did I hit earnings yet? I did not. Let's go hit earnings, and then I'll look at the charts. This morning, we got TG Therapeutics. We got Berkshire Hathaway. That was first thing this morning. ON Semiconductors, BioCryst, Recursion, Axum, Tyson, Foot Locker, Fresh Pet, and BioNTech. That was all this morning before market open. After market today, which I'm sure is being looked at and anticipated, is Palantir. Palantir fell off with the big drop, and people was like, oh no, they done. And Palantir came right on back out of the ashes like the phoenix. So Palantir has earnings. Don't know what they're going to do. I don't follow them like that. I just know, I hear enough about Palantir to know that they have come back from where they were after the big drop. Hims and hers. Hims seems to be getting mentioned a lot by the people who are trading. It seems to be doing some recovering and moving to in the pharmaceutical space, Hims. So you can check that out. They have earnings after market as well, probably anticipated by many. Ford is here. O, or Realty Income, which is a REIT, a real estate investment trust, which I like REITs. I might have some O Realty. I think I do over in my Robinhood account. I have stuff in my Robinhood account that I don't look at regularly. It's just kind of, I buy it a little bit at a time, and then it just sits over there, and then I go check it periodically. That's probably the best way. If you're going to dollar cost average something that you're not necessarily trading, you just kind of buying it a little bit, put it somewhere where you don't look at it all the time. Because if you look at it all the time, you'll get nervous if it falls and all that stuff. But put it somewhere where you don't look at it, but just let it be like kind of on autopilot. All right. Vertex, EverQuote, Williams, Coterra, Bell Ring, and Icor. It's all today. Right. Tomorrow morning before market opens, Celsius, the drink people, Datadog, Race, which looks like Porsche, Constellation, Digital Ocean, FIS, Marriott, Priority, Array Technologies, and IPGP. Ones that are coming this week that are probably anticipated is AMD is tomorrow after market, Supermicro tomorrow after market, Rivian is coming, Uber is Wednesday morning, Disney is Wednesday morning. After close on Wednesday is ARM and Carvana. Anything else there? On Thursday before market, maybe Shopify. That one may want some, maybe warrant some attention. Thursday after close, Trade Desk, Coinbase, and Mara. Those will definitely be SoundHound. Come on, SoundHound. You can do this. Affirm is also there. And on Friday, nothing there really catches my attention on Friday. All right. That's what we got as far as earnings go. All righty. Let's go look at the charts. Looks like SPX is up at 56.43. It tried to pop on up to 56.50, but it's running into these moving averages on the 15-minute chart. So we'll just have to keep our eye on it. That's supposed to say SPY, and it doesn't. So it's not going to be clear. That was soy. I'm not sure who they are. SPY is going to gap down in the morning. It closed on Friday around 566.64. It is currently at 562. So we're down about $4 from where we closed, from where it closed. I'm going to have to say from where it closed on Friday, it's at 562. Now around that area, 562.50. It's going to gap down. It looks like we've got about 23 minutes before the market opens. So there will be a gap down open on the SPY. Let's see what the daily chart looks like on SPY to see. There's a gap below. Look out below. There's a gap below. Actually, the price is currently into. Is this today? No, that's Friday. The price is bumping up against the top of the gap that was created from Friday. So it may go and try to fill that gap. And then the one that's going to be created. Some of this gap here, all of this big gap from April the 2nd did not get filled. A good portion of it is filled. There's a little bitty bit here in the middle that is not. All of this price action that filled all the way to there. And from the top, price action, but there is not. That bit there is still not filled, which is in the 557 area. Yep, it goes through here. So that bit of gap is it still remains unfilled. And until that is filled, y'all know, and nature abhors a vacuum. So there's going to be a little bit there. And there's a gap over here from 558 to 562 that also remains. And 562 is where it looks like we're going to open now. Open when it opens. Looks like it may open in that vicinity. We'll see what happens when it happens. But there is a gap. It's at the top of that gap to see. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Denise. How we doing? Okay, triple Q. Let's go look and see what is there. We're on the daily chart again. Current price in the pre-market is 484. It closed at 488 on Friday. So it's at this point looking like it will gap down as well. Also has a gap that needs to fill below it, right in the place where current price is. Actually, that it is in the middle of a gap. In the middle of it. Yep, that part there has been filled. That gap got filled there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Remember, y'all, some of y'all looking at my chart thinking that's not a gap. Yes, it is. Gaps are from the close of one candle to the open of the next. It's not just open spaces between candles. That's not just the gap. The gap is from the close of one candle, which would be like where my mouse is right here, the close of this green candle to the open of the next one, which would be up here, and it then backs off the price action from that day. So then this orange candle closed down here at this, it closed at the bottom here, right? That's the close of this candle. And the next candle opened up here. So actually this gap would be, do my little bit of teaching here on the morning call. This gap would go from the bottom of that orange candle to the bottom, of this green candle. But because there was some price action that happened on that Friday, then now we can pull back off the price action that happened. And this is the gap that remains. That's the gap that remains. All right. Gaps are from the close of one candle to the open of the next, not just the opening between two candles. All right. And it's important. The reason why I'm not staying there because of this, but the reason why it's important that you check this is because you need to know when gaps aren't filled yet, so that you'll know how much more the price wants to move in order to fill that gap. Because generally when gaps are filled, they provide support and resistance. The filling of the gap will, in many cases, in almost most cases, will provide a reversal. So that's why you want to know, because if you're looking for some reversal, you kind of want to know where is the gap going to fill. So that way the reversal, you can look for the reversal to happen after it fills. All righty. Did not mean to spend that much time talking about it, but that's what we're here for. We're here to learn a little something. Huh? Okay, speaking of gaps, this one here has mostly filled, but it's got a little bit left at the top up here. This is IWM we're looking at. IWM. It closed on Friday at 200.48, and it is currently at 198.78 is where current price is, just above a gap that it left behind from the Thursday to Friday jump. Got some support here at the top. At the bottom of the gap is some support, 196. We'll see how that plays. It's going to have a gap down open as well. All right. So the indices this morning got a little bit of room. We have to wait and see. Remember, we trade what we see, right? We trade what we see up in these parts, and we give a little bit of time on Monday mornings. You give it some time. You give it some time to let everything, flesh out before you start jumping in there with your money. Yes, you do. All right. I was just talking about charting because it's a necessary skill for trading. If you are trading without charting, you're asking for a wreck. Okay, you're asking for a wreck. That ain't what we're doing off in here. Not in the option seller zone. We're not trading without charting along the way. Yes, we're learning how to take trades, and I do call out some trades. But while we're calling out trades, I'm also teaching how do we chart? What are we looking for? What are we looking at? And not only am I encouraging that, I'm also putting a little pressure on it. Okay, when you put a little pressure on, okay, so what do you see? What do you see? What do we do? Okay, what do you see? Let's train it. Let's look together. I'm an educator, right? We teaching people how to fish, because when it all comes down to it, I don't necessarily want long-term for you to need me long-term. I want to be with you. I want to coach, and I definitely want to be here to guide and hold you along the way. But I want you to get strong enough and be where you can at some point be like, I'm with her because I want the companionship. Right? I want you to be with me because we compadres. That's what I want us to be, amigos and amigas. I want us to be trading partners, trading friends, because, we need trading friends. I do. I like my trading friends because I can hold a trading conversation with somebody. Sometimes I get into groups of people who don't trade, and I have to just sit there and be like, what we talking about? Because they be talking about stuff I don't want to talk about. Y'all know about that. I know I'm not the only one who get into mixed conversations. Sometimes you with family and they talk about all the things and you like, And then if we get onto a stock, everybody turns to you like you're the guru, and you're like, I don't really want to talk it at the level where I'm the only one talking. I want it to be a conversation. You're right. So sometimes I don't even get to those conversations because it's not a teaching moment. I want it to be a conversation, right? But anyway, chart your way to 100K is something that a training course that I created that will help bring up your training, your charting knowledge and your charting technical analysis. It starts you at the beginning, starts you at what is a candlestick, what is a chart, what are the elements of the chart, and it takes you all the way through indicators, charting patterns. How do we trade these? It takes you all the way through. Okay. All right. Yep. All that stuff, Ward. So check out over there. You can go and find it over on my website, educatortotrader.com. Go and avail yourself to the Chart Your Way to 100K. Of course, you can always just come on and join the membership and hang out with us. We go with weekly credit spreads, daily SPX spreads, cash secure puts, and covered calls. We do all these things in the membership every single day. And then we hang out because we are trading compadres, like I said. SPX playbook, we use this strategy on an afternoon. Every afternoon, we look and see, okay, what else we need up in here for our afternoon. SPX playbook, you can grab the whole strategy for how do we trade the SPX in the last hour and a half of the day, or you can do it for earlier. This strategy can actually go throughout the day, but it was originally designed for the power hour, but it's got elements that will allow you to pull forward into earlier in the day if that works for you. If you need one-on-one coaching, I got you. Go over to my website, Educator to Trader. We can talk for whatever. I don't say whatever. I didn't say I was getting ready to say whatever period of time you need, but no, we cannot talk for whatever period of time you need. No, we're going to go between 60 to 90 minutes. Generally, people can get what they need covered in about that period of time. And if we need more than that, then there's usually another avenue. We can put you on another avenue that will guide you into what you need next. In the 60 to 90 minutes, we can identify what we need to do next. But go ahead, go over to my website and sign up for that. All of my trainings are there at my website, Option Seller Bundle. You can get them all at one time. If you're on LinkedIn, please go ahead and follow me over there. I'm on LinkedIn. I think I'm thinking on LinkedIn, I am actually live right now. I hope I am. I'm supposed to be live over on LinkedIn. I really hope I am. Educator to Trader. I'm going live over there too. That's where I hope I'm live on LinkedIn right now. I surely hope I am. Let me see how many followers are over here. It's not enough. We need a few more followers over on LinkedIn. I just started that page not long ago, and I'm trying to grow the LinkedIn page, the Educator to Trader page over on LinkedIn. Come over there and follow me if you will. I'd appreciate it. All righty, let's go ahead and land the plane. 9:20, we're in good timing. I got some errands I have got to run in a timely fashion. Okay, I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. All right. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen. Please know that whatever you are generating here in this space, in this trading space, it is to be a blessing to the world around you. It is not just for you to gather and hoard for yourselves. If you're not blessing those around you, the Lord has no reason to bless you. All right. You have to be a flow. You have to be a flow. You cannot be a reservoir. You must be a river. All right. And if you're trying to just be a reservoir, then listen, reservoirs get stinky. They get stinky. Anybody ever been to a body of water that has no outflow? It just smells bad because it needs to be flowing. You need a flow there. Okay. You need to be a flow. All righty. I want y'all to do a couple things today. I want y'all to stay green. I want you to get this money, and I want y'all to have a great